News agencies in Russia are reporting that 41 of the 64 people killed were children. Those demonstrations came as Vladimir Putin arrived in the city to pay his respects to those killed. He's already blamed the deaths on, quote, criminal negligence and sloppiness. Well, for more on this story, we can cross now live to Moscow and speak to our correspondent Thomas Lowe. Thomas, Putin's visit to honour those killed in this Siberian city has been marred this Tuesday by angry crowds of locals. Tell us more.
That's right. I mean, first of all, Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, was criticised yesterday for saying nothing personally about the tragedy that the mass fire that ripped through this shopping centre in Karemovo. He went out to that city in central Russia this morning, where he laid flowers. He met with a local group, an initiative group, it's called, of people who were very concerned about what's happened, very angry about what's happened. Some of those images were relayed on state TV, but it's really quite rare that so many people will come out and show their anger, and it appears that it's many hundreds of people in the centre of this city. Of course, some of them have lost relatives, they've lost family members. 41 at this stage, it appears, lost children. And it's rare because people are often worried that there'll be repercussions. Maybe they'll lose their jobs, that maybe they'll be subject to local pressure, that kind of thing. So this really is something that needs to be taken notice of. One man with a microphone calling for justice and pointing the finger of blame directly at the local authorities.
Now, Thomas, Vladimir Putin's trip here comes, of course, as the investigation into the causes and the circumstances surrounding this fire continues. What more do we know at this hour about that ongoing probe?
Well, Vladimir Putin, as he got to this city, in more images that were shown on state TV, is shown giving the local mayor a dressing down. He said that a full investigation has been launched, that will punish anybody who's found to be guilty, that there are more than 100 investigators on the ground now carrying out that work to try and work out exactly how it started. What we do have at the moment in terms of are a lot of concrete eyewitness accounts from a number of sources which appear to consolidate each other, saying that, first of all, many of the emergency exits were shut, that perhaps it seems the fire alarms weren't turned on, or it didn't work, and that perhaps one of the security guards had decided to turn them off. And in one of the most heart-shattering moments last night on local radio, a mother was talking to a radio presenter, saying that she'd gone to the shopping mall, she'd heard that the fire had broken out. Her child, who was in a cinema, was calling her desperately, saying that she couldn't get out, that the doors of the cinema were closed, and she was there with a number of other children who were there on the first day of holidays, and this parent said that she simply couldn't get through the fire to her daughter to try and save her. All she could do was scream on the phone, "Get out, get out."
Thomas Lowe in Moscow, thank you very much for that update.